What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Sweet Studio. My name is Joshua Grove, and I have a super fun trick for you to learn today, and that trick is called the snake bite. A lot of you have been curious about how this trick works, so I'm gonna break it down. Let's get into it. The snake bite looks just like this. And there you have it. So, how does this trick work? So the first thing that we wanna do with this trick is it has a slight pull up, and it's not like doing an airplane, nor is it like doing a lighthouse, but you just wanna throw the can up into space so it has some room so that we can actually throw the bead at it. And ideally, you want the spike to kind of be facing you so you can see straight down the can. So what we're gonna do to practice this trick is just pull the can up just like you would to do the trick itself, but then we're gonna practice the wrist motion. So what we're gonna do, just like a snake striking, we're gonna go away from our body quickly while twisting the hole away from us. And that's gonna allow the bead to fly out of the tama. And what we're aiming for is directly diagonally across the serrato, going right by the can and right underneath the small cup. So practicing that strike, going right over the serrato, right in between the small cup and the can, just like so. That's what we wanna aim for. So you can practice that, just going up, and you're actually gonna be whipping forward, but also somewhat downward. So getting that angle as you pop the can up is pretty important. Now this trick does work on the big cup as well. I just like to aim for that crossroads section over the serrato. But it is cool how it works on both sides of the serrato. The most challenging part is just getting the angle of your snake bite, making sure that your angle is gonna allow the bead to track under the serrato, up around, lock into place, and then gain tension to finish that trick hanging just like so. Now, that in itself is basically the trick. The most challenging part about this trick is getting the bead to actually lock and wrap around the string. So I'm gonna show us what the string is actually doing as it comes around. The string is gonna be coming around the small cup, and as it wraps around the serrato, the bead is actually gonna go in between the two other strings right here, and it's gonna lock itself in place. So you can get out of it in many different ways. Common way is just swinging it up to airplane, but I'm gonna show you the way I like to get out of this trick. Looks just like this. Just sliding the tama down the string and it lands super neat on the spike, and it's a cool way to end that trick. So how do I do it? What we're gonna do is I want your ring finger just on the bottom side of the string. So the string coming out of the tama should be resting and making contact with your ring finger. Now, the tama hole is facing directly away from me. It's even, flat with the ground. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of motion. I find it helps when I do this. Putting a little bit of motion in the can towards my body, and then a little bit of a motion away from my body with the can. And once the can is going away from me, I'm gonna release my two fingers, my peace sign right here. I'm gonna release my thumb and my peace sign, and that'll allow the tama to slide down the string directly in line with the spike and land on it just like so. So in full motion, it's a swing towards me and away, and just like that, you got a really cool ender. One tip that'll help you with this trick is actually using a bearing bead. If you don't have a bearing bead, you can find bearing beads at sweetskendamas.com and our awesome 6-finger string packs. And it just puts more weight on the bottom of your string, which allows that whip to happen and the lock to take place. But if not, it still works with just the normal plastic bead as well. One of the biggest challenges that I find with this trick is that when I'm actually doing the whip itself, the bearing will bounce off the can on the bottom, or just bounce and not go in the direction that I want to, right underneath that small cup. And it just comes down to practice. You just gotta practice that motion. Remember, you can start here and just practice that whip, trying to get the string and the bead to come out of the tama, just like so. Become the snake, you got it. So there you have it, the snake bite. It's a super fun bead trap type of trick. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it helped you learn this trick. Be sure to give our channel a like. If you're not subscribed already, turn on those notifications, subscribe, and check out the rest of our tutorials. Let us know what you want to see next, and we'll see you in the studio next time.